Welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. I get so many comments about what other players are up to on this server. People telling me there's spooky goings on outside of Area 77 and something to do with Doc. Duplicating rails, duplicating carpets. They go, Asuma, you're the admin of the server, what's going on? What's all this madness? Apparently Doc has some sort of cheaty portal going on. I don't know what he is up to these days, but you know, Area 77 security, I think I can think of a way to foil this. Let's actually get rid of our armor. Let's chug a potion of invisibility. And let's go and find this portal that I've been hearing all about. Now, there is some security here, but as you can see, we're easily bypassing it now that we are no longer visible. You know, maybe the carrots, maybe the shulker box. Not such a good idea. Let's just tuck them away in there for now. And I'm actually playing with F5 on, and this is really strange. Ooh, there's a donkey out the front. What is that over there? An end crystal? That's not a nether portal. There's some gorgeous builds over here. And I have a feeling we just need to head in this direction in order to find... oh, look at this. To find the portal. Wow, the invisibility potion was definitely a good idea. What is going on with these magma blocks? Magma blocks do not emit smoke particles. My goodness me, this is a very interesting place. I found some sort of secret fighter jet over here and a runway with hangars. Whew, this is one special looking place, right? Then over on this side, through the trees, there are some bizarre contraptions here lying around. And there it is over in the distance. I've spotted Doc's cheaty portal that everyone has been telling me about. How on earth does that thing exist? Why is the obsidian missing and why is the portal still there? You know what, we're going to have to go through this thing, I think, and find out what on earth is on the other side. What is so special about this portal that we have here? Okay, the world is loading. The world is loading, I think. This isn't the nether. That makes zero of all of the senses. Doc... what are you doing on this server? What are you doing? This is unbelievably cheaty. Oh my goodness me. Well, something's got to be done about the doctor duplicating rails, carpets, and now killing me with his portal. I will not tolerate this. I will not tolerate it at all. Actually, do you know, I'm perfectly fine with it. I'm going to stay away from Area 77 from this point onwards, that is for sure. But it's got me thinking. You see, I lost all of my XP. And I didn't put my wings on. That Doc's got me twice now this episode. Twice! Oh, I've lost all my XP again. Oh. But that's kind of actually what I wanted to do. Let's go get my items. Well, embarrassing failures aside, I did actually want to get rid of my XP next. Which I've now picked some back up. So that's okay. But yes, I guess I'll be dying one more time, it seems. And that has been taken care of. We're going to head to where we were last episode over at Tower Bay. You see, got some quartz over there that needs mining, and I think it'd be interesting to see how much XP we get from it in total. Now, obviously, this was never meant to be the actual tower, and if you watched the last episode all the way to the end, you'll know that I also built the lime tower behind us right there. That has got the same structure as the nether quartz tower, so that's what it will look like when it's finished, and it's slightly higher than the other ones, and it's got a slightly different design. And oh my goodness me, is this an amazing part of the server, right? But let's not get too distracted by the sights and scenes to behold. I am now going to mine every single one of these nether quartz blocks that I placed in the last episode. That's why I got a couple of shulker boxes to tuck it all away. And what I want you to do is go down to the comments and have a guess. How many XP levels do you think we're going to get from an entire tower? An actual tower of nether quartz blocks. And there it is, my friends, 55 levels of experience points and a redonkulous amount of quartz. 2 shulker boxes and what you see inside of my inventory. And I know some of you are going to say, yes, maybe a couple of bits of quartz and XP fell off the side, down to the ground and despawned. But also a load of it got sucked up into my pick as well because it has mending. So this thing doesn't have a scratch in it after demolishing an entire tower. And yes, I've left behind the glass because it's going to go back in the exact same spot again. Well, my friends, it is now time to get back to Hermitland because the Undying game has been revamped. Look at that. You can see some of the things that we've got going on here. And boy, oh boy, am I excited to tell you about each of the 5 rooms where the players have to die, or technically not die, because of the totem. So in the last episode, we took care of the redstone and the lobby right here. And that means I don't really need to explain anything. It's time to go into the rooms and see what they're about. So this first one is a parkour challenge again, but this time things have been simplified greatly. There is now a ladder for which you have to do a little jump to get onto, and when you get up to the top here, you jump down, and I've timed it so that I think you make about 2 or 3 jumps down to the bottom here, and then you can make a quicker jump towards the exit. So all the little backs and forths and choosing where to land kind of add up in getting out of the room, right? So that's the first one. It's just about finding the quickest way to accumulate your damage and make your way out of the room. In this room, we have a 4-way. Let's talk about the 4-way randomizer. It sets off a signal that the player has to catch and then go to the corner to take damage. Now the problem is it's hard to look at like even 3 of them at once, right? And it's done the one behind me over here. Let's see if it does that one again. It did that one that time. So you've got to react. You've got to press the button and hopefully get one of the randomized outputs. Then make your way over to the corner and take some damage. And it does kind of look like that's tricky, so I might make this a little easier and add some delay. It needs some testing. But the way that you take damage is from firework rockets. We're going to put explosive ones in here. And I'll make it so that if you get this corner over here, the red one, you'll actually have a higher chance of getting more damage. And then if you're closer to the door, this one does less damage overall. But we'll come back to that later on. Room number 3 is essentially a remix of what we saw before. There are still 3 different ways to take damage, except now it's been put together in the form of a maze. I think this will encourage the players, especially with the different colours on the ground, to kind of figure out where exactly the exit is and head over there, whilst taking some different paths and potentially being able to stack some damage together, which I think will be interesting to watch play out. Okay, room number 4 is my personal favourite. When overhauling the water room, it took a long time to get to where it is now, but eventually I found my way to this idea. You have a very simple corridor to go down, but it's very easy to go in the bubbles, and then, as you can see, there are obstacles. So you can either take your way through here cautiously, slowly accumulating that drown damage, or you could kind of sprint to the end and wait over there, which is obviously not as fun or as skillful. Also, I've got a helmet on that is making it easier for me to breathe, I've just realised. So anyway, we started off with fence posts, then towards the end we also have iron bars as well. Room number 5 actually has some redstone attached to it, which means we actually have to start a game. So I've come back here, I'm pressing the button, and that'll turn on the timer at the back. Aha, and I've learned that this has a major flaw. This can't be blinking, so I need to reassess how this is wired up. The idea is that this little line of redstone right here would turn off when the game is being played, because what it does is it locks a circle of hoppers. So there is an item just going around in a circle here. Now the reason that it's doing that is so that this thing doesn't continuously run, and obviously the idea is for the player to get some lava damage, but they've got to chase it around and it's kind of tricky to keep up with. There's also this that you can interact with in the middle, and it pauses it for a second and then it will resume in either that side over there or this side over here. So if I hold it there again, yeah, it kind of holds it in the middle and then it lets out the lava again. So yeah, the players are just going to have to kind of predict where the lava is, accumulate that damage, and then the only way out of here is to walk around the exit like this. So if you do it while on fire, you cut your time a little bit shorter, you know, but you've got to make sure you die when you get to the end. So there's plenty of room for strategies in order to do this room as quick as possible. So getting back to this room, we have some setting up still to do because these dispensers are empty. And down here I wanted to show you the redstone as well. Took me far too long to figure this one out, but eventually I came around to this idea right here, having a dropper with two different items in that can give different signal strengths, and then using this piston you can create a pulse of redstone on one side or the other. You can see straight away it feeds into a second set of these, and they once again go out like this, and then the wires go around to the side and get fed up to where the repeaters are. So that's the way that the randomizer works. Now what we've got to do is craft the firework rockets. So over here I've got sugarcane to make paper, and we've got a whole bunch of gunpowder, and I believe the cheapest way to make these things is with golden nuggets, because you need some sort of extra item to go into the recipe, which is this right here. You have to include a dye, right? So with these two flowers we can make all the dyes that we need, and the colours that we're working with are orange, red and yellow, so that works out really well. We can convert our bone meal supply into these dyes. And then we can take these and turn them into rockets like so. But the way that I want to do this is we're going to have a certain amount like that. And remember, the red is the one that does the most damage. So we'll also craft ones where they have 2 and a small amount where they have 3 inside of them as well. And then that means there's a chance of doing more damage overall. I didn't expect this next part to be so crazy, but I guess we've got to deal with a lot of materials, and the rockets are going to be even stronger than I said a moment ago. So we'll go over those numbers in a little bit to do damage. There is something that I've realised though as I've been creating these. I don't actually need to put the gold nuggets in. Let's grab some so I can show you the difference. So when I do this and this, it gave me the option to create one. I always thought you needed something extra. You can see there it says small ball. That's the shape of the explosion you're creating. And then this one will change it to star shape. So we don't actually need that. And I'm going to save myself some gold and just make them like this for the rest of them. Whoo! That was like a mini crafting saga. Anyway, let's talk about the damage of the rockets as I did some testing. Looks like we've got a visitor. See you later. In this container, they all have 3 fireworks stars each. And originally, we were just going to do this with 1. I decided to go double check it. And I realised it wouldn't do enough damage. I want this game to be quite swift, so it needs to deal a reasonable amount of damage, and 3 of those fireworks stars will deal 4 hearts of damage, and then the other amount we're going to go with is 5, which will do 6. So if you catch a 3 and a 5, that's 10 hearts of damage, and then you're out of the room. So in theory, you can get out of here with 2 rockets, although natural regeneration might be a thing. Over on the red one, we've just got 1 row of 3 and then 2 row of 5. And that room is now set up and ready to play. I also wanted to show you this room again, as the redstone was all covered up, so I've unearthed it, and you can see how this works. As the items flow around, they simply create a quick pulse here and a quick pulse there, and that's how the lava bucket appears above the dispenser for a moment. So over in this corner, it's currently locked by some redstone coming in from our clock. And then that gets unlocked when the game is being played. And then the additional thing is phantoms, apparently. But here in the middle, you can see the player can interact with it, and it will lock those other 2 corners. Well, we should be all ready to go now. We did have a problem with the redstone that stopped the lava buckets from being used when the game wasn't running. You can see I've switched it over so it runs off of the other side of that redstone block, and so the signal gets inverted there. And I believe the redstone doesn't interact with anything else, so it should all be good. And then the only other thing I can think of is some signs for the player when they leave, so they know they've finished playing. That's it, you've made it out alive, hopefully with no totems. Please report your score to Asuma. Thanks again for playing. It has taken me an extraordinary amount of time, but it has totally been worth it because these 5 levels have been renovated to a high quality, and I really do think these are actually way better than the last set of challenges that we had. And I think I've gone over every single issue that they could possibly run into whilst playing this, but I think it would be really smart to do what I should have done last time and have a hermit come over and basically test play all of the levels so I can see if there's anything that I've overlooked. So hopefully I can find someone and we can do a test run before we open this up to the public. There is a fox in Cub's camper van that sells carrots, and it looks like it's stuck inside of a pot.
What?
It's just stuck here, man. Like, it's bobbing up and down. It's looking at me like it's friendly. Oh, I need to get myself a fox and then give it a sword so it can protect me. Here, look. Here, come stand where I am, right? And then look in that direction, like in a straight line. Do you see a little head poking out?
Oh, yeah, I do. That's incredible.
It looks like it's moved. It looks like it's more on this side now. It's just stuck there.
That's so weird.
Oh, its whole hitbox is in front of the flower pot. Huh.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's not named. I feel like it should be given a name tag. Cubs pup. There we go. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, quick Google. It can either be called a kit, a cub, or a pup.
Oh, we've got to call it a cub then. Cubs cub. Selling grub. Literally. I've got to rename it that now. Just wasting name tags.
How long before he notices?
Cubs cub selling grub. Alright. That's awesome.
Nice.
Are you looking up at the sky?
I am.
It's the way all good recordings begin, right?
Yeah, it is.
Alright, my friends, so we have Python with us. Python, you are going to be my test dummy.
Yay! Guinea pig! Woohoo!
Guinea pig, woohoo! Guinea pig hype.
Isn't that Green who's supposed to be doing that?
He's got a guinea pig service. I should have used that. But here's the thing, I'm pretty sure everything is in order. Like, as I've been making the games, I've been testing them as well to get a feel for what they'll be like. So all should be good. I am not going to give you any hints or help, but I am going to watch while you play and stick around. So you'll see me lurking up on the walls up above, if that's alright. When you press that button and open the door, the game will begin. If you have trouble going through the door, don't worry, you can press the button again.
Okay, good
All right.
stuff.
In your own time, good sir.
I am ready. All right, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. Right, so... Oh, hello. Oh, this should be... Okay, I like it. Jump from the top a whole bunch. Uh-huh.
I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to let you do your thing. But I'm already starting to see the game unfold as I thought it might.
And boom.
There it is.
We go.
There it is.
1 out of 5. Oh, wow, okay. Ooh. I'm assuming that does something. Whoa. Oh.
Oh, did you take damage?
I did take a bit of damage.
Oh, you weren't right next to it. That's interesting. I might have to change the timings in here a little bit. Because that's too easy. That's too easy for you.
Ooh.
Huh. When I did this myself, I found it quite difficult.
Ah, here we go. It's like a reaction game. That's
nice.
Really cool.
Yeah, you aced that. I'm going to have to tweak that one. That room is too easy, but it works the way I hope it would. So that's cool.
Nice one.
Alright, unfortunately this means your score ain't going to count. I feel so bad about it, but yeah, I need to make tweaks and adjustments, right?
Alright, number 3. Oh, okay, this is different. Okay, so...
Different but familiar, right?
Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's go for the fire first. Okay, a little bit of wither and a little bit of that. There we go.
Fire, wither, and that stuff all at once. Oh, interesting, you're staying there. Oh, we see there's 2 bushes before that fire.
Aha!
Well done, that was smart. Smart and fast.
Oh! Smart. Okay, so we go underneath, up top. Just don't go in the bubbles.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So that one sort of goes up here. Oh. But I can't go over that one.
Oh, can you not? Actually,
I have to read
think
the
I know
swimming
why.
animation.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I must have missed that one there. Right, now you're drowning.
Ooh. Still need to get to the end, though. Come on. Oh, gosh.
Oh mate, you aced it. You aced it. That was sweet.
Nice. Oh, man, that's kind of like a proper little time trial in there. If you don't get out in time, you will just die anyway.
Yeah. It's really well timed because you got to the end.
Yeah. Ah, no, I go straight in. Here we go. Right, we'll figure it out. Oh. So.
What does that do, eh?
What the? Oh, hello. Oh, it sort of goes around in a circle. Gotcha. Aha!
Now you got to get out.
How on earth? Oh!
Oh, I love that.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Come on.
Press the button.
Out.
Bam! Sweet. Now,
Woo!
when you look in those droppers, you should have a score. Oh, look at that.
So I've got...
So, a massive thank you to Python for test running this with me. It does mean he won't be able to play in the next round as he knows all of the games. But after that round, that's when we're going to keep the same levels, maybe tweak them one last time, and go into a time trial phase. And I actually walked around all the levels with Python after and got his feedback from it. And I can see that when players start to play this over and over again, they will start to develop strategies for doing each of the rooms faster and faster, which is awesome. But we've got a couple of changes to make. First of all, I want to make this clock here slightly slower to begin with, and later on we're going to make it faster when in the time trial phase. So for now, the fidelity, if you want to call it that, of this timing is a little less, and later on it will be even more accurate. In this room here, I've removed one of the fences because when the player's hitbox is like this, it makes it impassable, which is not what I was trying to do. There are now signs in front of each of the rooms that say you must have full health before you enter. And in this room, the timing on the repeaters has been changed from 4 ticks to 2. And now I've made sure we've got a large supply of buckets over here at the front, and I believe that the game is now ready for the other hermits to play. And so I have made this image in which to promote the game. I'm going to provide that and some text to the other hermits in our Discord, letting them know about Undying Round 2. Hopefully they'll be interested in playing, and if there is a hermit you really want to see play this, then let them know with a comment on one of the videos. Hopefully they'll see it and come over here and play, because I cannot wait to see how all the hermits fare in each of the rooms. But that is it from me this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. As always, thanks so much for your support. Make sure you subscribe to catch more Hermitcraft videos, and I'll see you soon with another one. Bye bye.